Hi, guys. Sorry about that. Little technical difficulties today. I even tried to set up early and everything. Well, hopefully you guys will find me here. I'm going to pause for a minute for you guys to find me. Sorry about that, everybody. Little technical difficulties. Let's see. I'm going to try and figure out a way to get back to some of the me pleases, at least some of the ones that showed up on the YouTube. Sorry about that. The more I try to perfect this, the worse I get myself into trouble. Oh, goodness. So, hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. While we're waiting, a couple of announcements. We are. Yes, Kelly, I see you, and I'm gonna try to figure out who was sitting there before. Sorry about that. So let's see. A couple of little announcements. We have the Friday Fun coming up this week, which is it's just hanging out. It's a free event that for the community here if you're local. We're going to talk about law of attraction stuff. We have the Oracle cards class coming up. We have a drum circle in February. My EA class starts in the beginning of March. So there's lots of stuff going on. So if you guys are interested in like extra community activities, some of this stuff is hybrid. So if you're not local, you can also attend. Not all of it, but some of it is. Okay, so card camp's canceled today because like just can't figure it out. But I'm glad that you guys are coming back online here. And I'm going to be using the Carolyn Miss archetype cards today, along with our regular cards. Still got the Appetite crystal with us, which is really good for goal setting and things like that. We're going to use the Merlin spray today, and maybe this is why. It's I don't think so, but a little mischievous wizard energy. Anyway, all right. So let's see. Going to our weekly first. Let's see. All right, let's see what's up for the week. Technology issues are on the horizon. Oh, goodness. Okay. First card. Oh, okay. So contentment, not too bad. Recognizing the illusion of greener pastures. So this is something that we're saying is kind of getting content with where you are, being happy with who you are, that kind of thing. All right. Evolution, sideways. Okay. This is our helper card. Just because it appears stuck or doesn't move as fast as you want it to doesn't mean that it isn't evolving, because it is evolving. And sometimes we just have to be and stop so that things can evolve. All right. And then at the end of the week, we got our intuition a little off. So that's just a little caution. What you think might be happening may not be what's happening. You might be triggered. I know I got triggered in something last week, and it's kind of, when we get triggered, we aren't really necessarily listening to our intuition. We're listening to our past and things like that. So just be aware that the end of next week or this week might be a little bit rocky. Okay. All right. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 first. That way, if those of you who are watching later can get a card and not those of you who are watching now, we'll start off with the cards. Okay. 1, 2, or 3. Okay. So kind of being just kind of fill into which number. If you picked 1, we're going with the king. It's upside down. Okay. So that means we're mainly focused on the shadow attributes. The king says the shadow attributes are excessive feelings of entitlement or rulership without restraint. So be careful where the king might be playing out in your reality this week, whether it be in yourself or someone around you. Keep an eye out for that and the shadow attributes that might come with that. Okay. If you got 2, you got the eternal child, and it's light attributes because it's right side up. So determination to remain young in the body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes, new perspectives. So that's really, really a healthy kind of thing to do when you need a little bit of a boost. So if you pick 2, that's what you're doing. Okay. And then, okay, we've already got, no. Sorry, guys. Don't ever think about the people who reach out to you for DMs. They're not associated with me, so ignore them. Okay. If you picked 3, you got meditator or mediator, mediator, light attributes, gift for the negotiating fairness and strategy in the personal and professional life. Respect both sides of an argument. Okay. So fairness is going to be really important if you picked 3 strategies for personal and professional. Don't overwork. Don't play too much either. Kind of put all that together. All right. All right. Let's get to the individual card readings. If you haven't played with me before, and you're hanging out there, the way to get a card is me, please. I will pull up the order I see, which may be a different order than you see, and I will get to as many as you as I can during our time. Okay. Thanks for being patient with me. And I might have at the end go back and try to see if I missed any of the YouTubers that put up early me pleases. But Kelly, you happened to start. You came back on the top of the list because you stuck with me. Thanks. Okay, so you got servant upside down, which means you're working on this week. We're working on the shadow side of servant. It says using the lack of money as an excuse for not moving forward with life. Okay, so be careful when you say I can't afford something, because really what you want to say is I don't choose to spend my money on that, because that tells the universe something a little different than I don't have it. It's just I don't want to have it for that thing. Okay. Sometimes we accidentally set boundaries up with our finances in a way that we don't intend. Okay. And Matthew, he's going to be focused on the light attribute of the addict. Okay. So what the light attribute of the addict is helps recognize and confront addictive behavior. Okay. So this is a good week for him to kind of see it in others, see it in himself, any tendencies to get kind of an unhealthy imbalance with something. So this is, it's a light attribute. So it's asking you to take it lightly, but to be confrontive of it. Okay. All right. Andrea, you got the student upside down. So we're working on the shadow aspect. Okay. It says arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. So this could be kind of a combination of things, like kind of being like a know-it-all, but it also can be like, just constantly feeling like you have to have a certification or you have to be learning before you can move forward. And so just be aware of how that might be playing out this week. Again, we're looking for these behaviors in ourselves or others this week. Okay. So if you see this, know that you're just learning some shadow attributes. And sometimes shadow attributes are things we don't allow in ourselves. So like, let's say somebody is late all the time and you never would let yourself be late. Well, maybe the truth of it is the shadow self would never let yourself, prioritize yourself. You might be a people pleaser or something like that. So just keep those things in mind. Okay. Okay. Spoiled, healthy life. So glad I'm back too. Goodness. Warrior, right side up for you. Okay. So this says strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. So if you kind of combine that with what other cards we got for the week, because that's the first cards are what we're building off of. Your warrior self is like, keep going, even though it doesn't look like maybe it's moving as fast as you want. It says, I'm going to keep going despite the fact that there's some obstacles that still seem to be there. So your will might be tested a little bit, but in the positive, you're going to see yourself as the strong human that you are this week. Okay. All right. Deanna and Ryan. Okay. Deanna, you got child nature right side up. So you're working on the light attributes. This says friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. So what that's saying to me is that it would be a really good week for you to be in connection with the birds in the sky, the animal tracks in the snow, just nature in general and life around you, how that is supportive of you kind of seeing the beauty and the divine energies that are around you. Okay. Ryan, you got the light attribute of the saboteur. It says highlights your fears of self-empowerment and changes it would bring to your life. So be careful how the saboteur is playing out in your life. And with the positive this week, the offer is you don't have to keep sabotaging yourself. You can empower yourself. You can be successful. So check in with that fear of success. Okay. All right, Cece, you got student upside down. Okay, so this is the second time we've seen this. So this says again, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. So this could be something you're not letting yourself integrate into your life. This could be something that you feel like you have to keep pursuing. Like sometimes the shadow side of this is I kind of have to be the perpetual student and I never let myself actually go be the expert or whatever. I'm always feel like I have to more to learn. Well, of course we all have more to learn, but this week you're kind of being asked to see where that might be holding you back. Okay. Now you guys, heads up, that's the second time we've seen that card in that position. So it might be for all of us. We'll see if it comes out again. Gina. And if you hear a message, by the way, that feels like it's for you and it's your name's not up on the screen, it still probably is for you. The guides love to gather you guys and say, oh yeah, my person needs to hear that too. Okay, you got the king. So this is in the upside. So light attributes of the king. So we saw it earlier in the upside down. Enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Okay, so you're being asked to take some very strong, action-oriented leadership energy this week and take it forward for the people who you support and who you are the leader for. Okay, so this is a good week for you to take action and unexplained action. Like you don't have to explain it; you just have to go forward. Okay. All right. I must have posted on accident to the tribe instead of to the, because I've got a couple Facebook users that I need the names of. Okay. Okay. So Kalina, your card for this week is Trickster and it's in the light. So it says transcending convention, stiffness, and predictable behavior. Okay. So remember the evolution card saying that we're kind of feeling a little stuck, but you're starting to understand where there's some manipulative behaviors that are not necessarily helpful for you. And that it would be good to kind of start to kind of bring it to light and start changing your interaction with those behaviors. Okay. Heidi and Skylar. Heidi, you've got rescuer in the light attributes. So it says provide strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. So this week, Heidi, you're going to be employing the natural abilities of you being a rescuer. It doesn't have to be effort. It's just you being there present and giving the support that people need just because you're you. Okay. Skylar, you've got engineer in the light. Ability to give creative energy, a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So this week you might be wanting to use your creative brain, the little self that says, I got some new ideas. I want to do this innovatively, and let that little self have a voice and kind of create new stuff this week. Okay. Little extra creativity. All right, this is where I get myself in trouble because I posted to the tribe, and which I have, you guys, FYI, there is a tribe that I have. It's Insightful Inspirations Tribe. It's a private group, and where people can post openly about energy stuff because some people aren't necessarily feel comfortable talking about all the woo-woo on their main pages. So if you want to come join us there, you can. But I didn't mean to post there because then I can't see who you are. So me, please, with a heart and a little gratitude and a little heart. Here's your card. Got the healer upside down. So watch out for the shadow attributes. Taking advantage of those who need help. Failing to care for oneself. Okay, so this is that kind of the healer sometimes doesn't heal thyself. So this week, be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for feeling like you have to heal other people and be on the lookout for where you aren't taking care of yourself. Okay. Nicole and Seth. Nicole, you got the hermit upside down. So you're dealing with the shadow attributes. Withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. So this is just saying, like, careful where you're like caring too much what other people think and where you're maybe withdrawing because you do and you don't want their opinions to penetrate you. Okay. Seth. Oh, I shuffled and everything, you guys. This is kind of funny. You got the hermit right side up. So you both are playing out the hermit. So Nicole's got the shadow side going on, and Seth's got the other side. Seth, yours is seeks solitude to focus intently on inner self, serves personal creativity. So for sometimes the hermit's a good thing. So see where that's going on, and between the two of you, be good little teachers to each other this week and see how that plays out. Okay. Diane, You got the slave in the lights. Okay. So that says surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Okay. So that's what the light attribute of the slave is. It's like, okay, I don't know why this is happening, but I trust that I'm in the right place at the right time. Okay. So that's going to be your request for this week. Just kind of surrender and trust that you're kind of, the universe is using you to make some things happen. Althea, again, I shuffled and they put you guys together sometimes. So you got the shadow attribute of the slave, which is giving your willpower to external authority out of fear of making your own choices. So just be careful to pay attention to who maybe you've given this power to, that they get to say more about your life than you do. And, maybe check that out. Okay. All right, Crystal, you didn't already go through because I had some technical difficulties today of my own creation, by the way. Okay, you got God in the light attribute. It says benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. So this is like a message of seeing God in everyone and everything this week. Just see all the light. You don't have to focus on any of the problems this week. Just all the divineness. Even the mistakes are divine. Okay, Sonia, you got the storyteller in the dark, okay, in the shadow side, making up tales that harm others. So this is just careful of like engaging with someone who's gossiping or who may not be telling the complete truth and then taking that incomplete truth and spreading it around. Just be careful of that energy this week, okay? So, well, and you guys, I just want to remind you, like, this is like kind of a predictive reading, so it may not be available to you to know even what they're talking about yet. Just watch for it during the week, okay? All right, Robin and Jordan. Robin, you got the teacher. Okay, light attributes. Ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. It might be time for you to start thinking about what you want to teach the world about what you know. Maybe a book might be in order or a class. Just kind of thinking about what wisdom you want to share with the world. That might be a good week to start thinking about that. Okay, and then Jordan, you got the saboteur in the shadow attribute, which says induces destructive behavior or desire to undermine others. So be careful of that saboteur this week, okay? Especially the saboteur that wants to work unconsciously, okay? Because the shadow attributes are often things we don't even know about ourselves until they show up. Blossoming Lotus. You got Father in the light. Okay, it says talent for creating a supportive life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So it's basically saying it's time for you to take the lead and be the kind of positive guiding light for those around you, because that's just what you're doing this week. Okay. All right. And Michelle, you're doing the Avenger in light attributes, which says desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. So this might just be a little bit of feeling like there's a cause you want to be part of this week, or there's something you want to be more educated in, that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. Sorry, blocking users. Okay. Suman, I'm assuming this is a me please from you, so let me give you a card for your job. Okay, martyr upside down. So that says addiction to self-pity. So be careful about that, and be careful that where you're letting yourself be a victim, because that's not necessarily going to bring you where you want to go. Okay, so, all right. And I can maybe I can see you down there asking about other ones too. Okay, Rob, you sometimes make it to the top. I don't think you were at the top today, though. I think Patty was, which hopefully Patty's on at some point, or I can get her card. Your card, Rob, is Messiah upside down. What that says is exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. Okay, so be on the lookout where you maybe aren't surrendering the work that's for others to do. Okay, I get this from my guides all the time. They will be like, "Oh, you think you're so important that you're the only one that can get that done." It's a teasing thing, but really they're just saying, like, don't think you have to be the only person who has to do that. Okay. All right. Janice, you got the lover in the light attributes. Great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So good week to express lots and lots of love for the things you want to stick around. Okay. All right, Natalie, your card is God in the shadow attribute. It says despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. So again, be careful. This could be something inside yourself, or this could be something outside of you that is reflecting something about you that wants to be worked on. Okay, so just the abuse of power basically is what I think you're going to be looking at this week. So be on the lookout. Okay, Heidi, you got the beggar in the shadow attribute. It says dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. So it's almost like letting everybody else kind of take the lead, and because you just don't want to. So just be careful, be watching out for that. It might be the archetype in you, or you might see it in another. Just kind of paying attention to where that might be playing out. Okay, Janelle and Donnie. Janelle, you got the prince upside down, says using power for self-aggrandizement. So just kind of acknowledging where you might be boosting yourself up in a way, or if someone around you is doing that is trying to say something to you about your shadow. Okay, Donnie, you've got the rescuer in the upside down shadow attribute, assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. So this is kind of being transactional about your rescuing, or being transactional about your service to others, and it's asking you don't be that person who keeps score. Just let it go and do what you need to do. Okay. All right, Becky, you got martyr in the light attributes. It says learning to transcend nature of service to oneself or a cause. So again, that's kind of actually goes back to what Donnie just got, which is, see, and they stack you guys together because they want to keep talking to you. This is why Guides Group is so fun. So if you haven't checked that event out before, just being of service and not trying to have transactions, not having attachments to outcomes is what you're being asked to do right now. Okay. So just go do what you want to do because you want to do it. All right. This is another one from the tribe, and it just says me, please, period. So hopefully you know who you are. Your card is the rebel upside down. So shadow attributes of the rebel is rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. So just noticing this week where you're pushing in a way that doesn't necessarily, it's just kind of being, I just heard the word bratty. That would be your guides talking, not me. Don't be bratty this week. Give yourself some space from that kind of urge to do that, and see what that's bringing up for you. Okay, Kimberly, your card is the queen upside down. It says becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. So watch out for that this week in yourself or others, and kind of see you're working on the shadow stuff. So if we think about the start of the reading, that iceberg that's trying to move through, that thing that's trying to reveal itself is around that message. Okay, birthday wish for Carrie. Carrie, you're focusing on the mystic in the right side up this week. Okay, so it reveals an intimate union with the divine. Might be good to enhance your healing skills if you haven't already taken some healing classes, or learn how to protect yourself a little more, read some books about energy healing, that kind of thing. Okay. Oh, good, Patty, you joined. You did make the top of the list. I'm sorry I didn't get you at the top of the list. Okay, Patty, for the week, you're working on the shadow attribute, okay, of rescuer. So this is the second time we've seen this. It says assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued ones needy. So this is like, don't do any enabling behavior this week. Okay, so watch out for that codependent stuff, because that is not your guide. That's what's wanting to move out. Okay, me too, Facebook user. Engineer for you too. Second time we've seen this. Ability to give creative energies and practical expressions. Talents for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So you're going to be thinking about things in an innovative way. You're going to get that little creative thinker out, the innovator that has new ideas, and kind of put those things to paper. Get those things going. Another one from the tribe, please. Prayer hands. Whoever you are, you've got the detective. Light attributes, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. Okay, so this is basically saying it's a good week to kind of be looking for what's behind all of that. I mean, the conspiracy theories aren't all wrong. So listening to kind of the, behind the scenes, what's truly going on would be good. Okay. Um, oh, Becky, I got you, and it looked like you thought you were disappearing. I just was coming. I got a stream of you kind of sitting here. So Barbara, you got child magical, but in the shadow attributes, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that the energy and action are not required for growth. Okay, so this can be a tendency to throw away your mystical side. This can be getting a little bit down and not remembering that you're a magical human. So this week, kind of focusing on your magical human self and being aware of that one that says, no, you're not. Okay. All right. All right. So we got Tiff. We got the martyr in the light. I think this is the second time. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Okay. So was the message that we were kind of getting for various people, which was getting yourself, going ahead and serving a cause just because you want to and not worried about the outcome or transaction. Okay. All right. And Kathleen, you've got the companion card upside down in the shadow side. So it says betrayal, misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. So careful where you may be losing yourself to a relationship this week that might be coming to reveal itself, and be paying attention to those places where you're feeling hurt or betrayed. Okay. So if you're still out there, thank you for putting up with my technical difficulties today. If you haven't typed me, please, or I haven't read you, you might need to type me, please, again. I am going to really quick go look and see if there's a way I can see who else kind of commented. Let's see. Looks like we've got, you heard for a moment. Well, I think I got everybody as far as I can see. I think you guys all came back, which is awesome. Thank you. Let me put up the banner though. So, because we have a few minutes left, I just want to say that, I'm really grateful for you guys coming on every week with me and listening to the messages. We get these messages every week, and hopefully it's guiding you to kind of view your week in a positive way. I do plan on continuing to do this. I'm trying to figure out technology. I'm trying to figure out better sound, it's, as you can see, I'm like not necessarily mastering it. But I can master what I've got going on. Okay, we got another tribe watcher. Me, please, question mark. Your card is the monk nun. Okay, shadow attributes of that is negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. So being a little bit too attached to the spiritual side and not of the world you actually, are a part of. Watch out for that. I am grateful for you guys. Like I said, there's going to be a couple, there's quite a few events. We're really trying hard at the Healing Studio to make things more community-based, more accessible to everybody. So, come check out what we've got going on. I think I'm really, excited for, we're doing a Marshall Fire sound bath for the Marshall Fire victims. If you are watching and you know some people who are Marshall Fire victims, feel free to reach out to me. I will get you the information about that sound bath. It will be free to the community. So it's something that Melissa and I are offering, which is really cool. I think it's a great opportunity for us to be able to give back to you guys. So, all right. I am grateful for all of you. I will see you next week. Bye.